Okay, guys, I think I'm live now. So this is my second try tonight to make a live stream. Kind of confusing to me because YouTube does whatever YouTube wants, and I didn't understand it right, so it's my fault. So what I do now is I redo my live session, and I hope this time I don't mess it up again. Let's see. Okay, cool. So what's this all about? I just created me, and you see it here on my, I think, a virtual machine in Microsoft Azure in the cloud of Microsoft. And now I will use this machine to explain you a tool I like. It's a new cast series I made of tools I use on a regular base. So today it's all about this tool, which is Chocolatey. So Chocolatey is a package manager for Windows, which means it does basically the same like apt-get, for instance, does on Linux or whatever. And now this is what is pretty convenient for users. And I want to explain you how you get started with this and how you use it and what it is all about here, this stuff. Okay. Let's start. So, as you can see here, Chocolatey has a landing page, and it's not installed on any Windows machine if you have a naked one. So you have to just install it in the first place. So let's get started. If you head over here, they explain all the steps you have to make, and basically it ends in a one-liner here. So if we copy out this one-liner and put it in the notepad, and take a look at it, it's basically 3 steps. First step here to the colon here is, not colon, but you know what I mean, is to bypass the security execution policy of PowerShell, whatever it is currently, for the current process, which is this complete line. Then it does some preparation of the security protocol of the service point manager, which should be pretty known to people programming in .NET, because this is .NET basically. Okay, and then it comes to an Internet Explorer, which is generating a web client, downloading this and executing it. And it's basically a PS1. And if we just take this complete string and then don't save and open a PowerShell with right click, run an administrator, and you just paste it in and hit enter. Let me zoom a little bit. Okay, enter. You can watch it being downloaded and installed on your machine. So this may take a few seconds, that's it. And after this is done, basically you can close the administrative PowerShell, go to a just normal command prompt and just hit Choco, which is basically the name which is getting installed here, and hit enter, and enter, and everything enter, and everything went right. You get a Chocolatey version, which you can see it's 0.10. They are pretty conservative because they are out there for many years, and they even think they're not ready. So this is Choco, and you can do choco .h, I think, to get some help what is available, but let's skip this for a moment and let's go back here to the page in order to give you some ideas. So if you go back to the main page here and go to find packages, you'll see a ordered list by popularity of packages available. So you can see Chocolatey is obviously pretty wanted. It's clear on Chocolatey, but anyway, Acrobat Reader is pretty popular because it's kind of messy to install. And how does this work? Let's take a look at another package, which is Google Chrome. Because I don't have maybe a Google Chrome installed here, so I will do it. So Google Chrome here, when we click on it, is a package which is not necessarily provided by Google, but by people who are maintaining this package, because they got sick of just downloading Google all the time and hitting the MSI or the X or whatever. They said, well, Chocolatey is pretty cool. Let's make it a one-liner to install Google Chrome on Chocolatey. So you copy this out go here. And by the way, it might be a good idea to have an administrative command here open. So administrator is pretty important here in order to you to have the right to install things. If you add just -y here at the end, you get basically, you skip the complete annoying "are you sure" questions. So like it is so often. So now he's going on, he's downloading something. I'll explain later what it is. And then he's installing Google Chrome, which is pretty fast here because I did it already. Let's do another thing. Let's head over and do something which is maybe a little bit taking longer. Firefox, for instance. Let's take a look what the Firefox package is. And okay, it's just Choco install Firefox. That was easy. Choco install Firefox -y. And let's watch him doing it. So he's downloading something. It's pretty fast because I'm in the cloud. This virtual machine is in the cloud. And then he's checking some stuff. It's 53 megabytes and it's some version of Firefox. It's not necessarily the newest version available for Firefox out there. Okay, that's important for you to understand because that's only the version which is maintained by some people on Chocolatey, on this package manager. So, but what have we now? So we have installed Firefox, which is normally downloading a package, first finding the right one and don't messing it up by taking some, virus, filthy virus stuff from Firefox or whatever. So you have Firefox now, you have Chrome on your box. And if you want to take a look at what you have installed using Choco, you can go Choco list and then -- local - only to tell Chocolatey, please list me all packages which I installed locally using you. That's basically what's going on. And he says, okay, Chocolatey itself is installed, which is basically not true, It's just Chocolatey sees that itself is installed with its core extensions. So if you make a Choco upgrade, it will upgrade itself too. So then Firefox and Google Chrome are installed. And that's it, basically. Okay, when you did this, you can tell Chocolatey, and that's another big advantage of having a package manager, to update all packages which are currently installed to a version. To show you this a little bit better, because obviously nothing is updating here, we just installed it. To show you what is going on here, let me show you another thing which you could do. Let me use some cool package, which is maybe, what shall we use? The Azure. Let's take a tool, which is, why not the Azure Cli? So when we go to Azure Cli and we take a closer look at this page, it's always the same. You have some installation guides, how you can do it. You have description, you have the files contained in the package. Often there are PS1s which are doing something. Then you have the virus scan results, which automatically are included because Chocolatey has a specific process in order to get things up and running here. I show it later. You have a version history, which I want to point out. So let's say I don't want to install the newest one, but I install the 2.12.0. So all I have to do now is to append this version tag here. So let's do this. Let's do the Azure Cli and let's install an older version. Let's go ahead. Downloading, approving, drinking a sip of coffee. And you see he's getting the PowerShell inside, gets an MSI, and then it installs whatever is there. Download is completed, now the hashes match, and then he's installing the CLI. Important to know is that this is nothing different than you downloading this MSI from wherever you get it. That's exactly the point. And then executing this MSA, which means you can manage all the packages simply by the add remove program and search for Chrome, which was installed, Firefox is installed, and now all the other stuff is coming down. So nothing special is happening here, it's just a cool wrapper for you. And while this is installing, let me show you a file from me, which I'm using, which is this one. So I have this script here on my machine, which is basically a collection which grew over the years. So let me just hide this a little bit because I just showed you my license key. But anyway, maybe I added this. You know how it is. And now what this does is it says you can take this this first line as the install Chocolatey, please. And then after this is done, everything else is installed which I need. So what's cool about this is I have this one line file which I can execute on a naked machine in order for me to get all the stuff which you see here up and running. And this is obviously the most important one, of course, as you know. And now I get everything I need, and a lot of stuff is there. SQL Management Studio, Windows Terminal, which we will talk about in the next part, maybe Azure Cli, Node.js, long-term support, Firefox, Google Chrome, and I could do it with other tools like Nougat. You know this one? Nougat.com, which is basically, you know, this is a page and you can click, I need Chrome, Firefox, whatever is supported here. It's not that much like on that, and then get me an installer, and that does the trick. But this is, you know, boring me out because I don't want to click it all the time, forgetting something, you know what I mean. And instead of doing this stuff, I just have this one-liner and I just execute this one PowerShell and it does all the stuff plus some more, which is not so important for you. I like this approach because it makes installation of my dev box pretty much a non-thinker. Okay, cool. So knowing this, it gets interesting more and more for you, of course. So now the Azure Cli is kind of, well, it wasn't, okay, now it's done. And I have an older version of Azure Cli, which I can prove by az-version, if you might know. Although AZ is not there because I think I need a new one. Yeah, there it is. AZ is there. And then I have AZ-version. And he says, well, you are on 2.12, which is exactly what I wanted it to be, 2.12. So what now? What I can do now is I use Chocolatey to say choco update all packages dash yes, do it. And I just go there and he is detecting that now Azure Cli is a new version is available, which is 2.13. And now he will do the update from 2.12 to 2.13. And now it went on and it goes on and it does the trick. A shortcut for Choco update all or Choco update for this is an alias, which is cup. This stands for Choco update, and instead of typing this, you can do just cup, and there is a shortcut for installation too and for listing, I think, and stuff like that. It's just for convenience, but you can type Choco update too. Okay, while this is running, let me see. I showed you the script, which is important. And now this is installing. I can get rid of this. Okay, let me go ahead here. So another interesting thing is what happens when you go to download here. So you see this is Azure Cli, and I can go and hit download. Without installing it, it's just downloading in the downloads folder. And now I can open the folder and I see there's a file coming in, which is has the extension NUPKG, which is Nougat package. So how can I take a look at Nougat package? What is it? Basically, it's, to be honest, it's a zip archive. But anyway, there's a program which is available with which you can open these packages. It's called, it's the Nougat Package Explorer. So let's find on Chocolatey something that is a Nougat Package Explorer. Okay, what's going on now? So the Nougat Package Explorer here is available on Chocolatey. So I can copy out this guy and take a look at my console, which hopefully is at some point ready. No, it isn't. So I have to wait here for Azure Cli to get finished, or is it already? Yeah, it is. I just have to type because this console is crap. That's why I will show you next time the Windows terminal. It's one of my most important tools I use now, and that's why I will show it to you. So anyways, let's wait him to update the Azure Cli. Because I don't want to you know, start multiple Choco installs in parallel. It's the same like opening several several installers on Windows. He does not like this. Okay, it's a live session. Take a sip of coffee. Mm-hmm. Is he? Or is he not ready? I don't know. I never know. Can't take that much, to be honest. Far too slow. I hate it so much. I don't believe him. What should I do? You know, it's just a virtual machine. I don't care. Let's exit this one. Okay, let's go here. Let's just open a new command prompt to show you what I mean. Okay, we just wanted to install, where was it? The Nougat Package Explorer. Please do this. Pending removing incomplete install of Azure Cli. Okay, cool. He will. I could take care of this, but no, he didn't finish. But I don't care. It's just a virtual machine here for demonstration purposes. Don't do this in your case. Okay, now the Package Explorer comes down. Here it is. Last time I did this, I got a red error message. There it is. Cool. But nevertheless, it worked. So now I get a logo here. I don't know what this is, but it's installed it, and now I can double click it, this new package. And remember, this is what I downloaded from Chocolatey, and this actually is Azure Cli, which is a thing which has metadata here. Somebody built this, and then it has a tools folder, and it says, okay, now everything I got here is a Choco install PS1. So let's take a look at this guy, and that's it. You have a PowerShell script, which is install Chocolatey package, which obviously is a PowerShell command available because Chocolatey installed that. And then you have an uninstall script, which takes care of what should happen when the uninstallation happens. Okay, that's it. This is one way to do an installation, and in this case they say, well, there's simply an allocation for an MSI, and we just on install we just take this, and Chocolatey will take care of download this, and then we install it, and that's it. Okay, cool. That is Chocolatey. Chocolatey always downloads Nougat packages. So cool. Now that we understood this, I will show you a little bit deeper dive into this situation, which is how do you create a package. So in order to do this, I'll point you to peeping. And peeping is a package from blah 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 codingfreaks. So I did this. This is my package. I'm responsible for this. And now something interesting will happen. So currently this Chocolatey page says, well, there is peeping 207 there. But if you take a look at the version history, you see something strange here. 207 is from September, and there's a pretty actual version, and I know what happened. It's 209. So, and it says I responded somehow. So what's up here? Let's take a look. So what happened here basically is I did an update because 207 was broken. So 207, which is actually get installed, if you say choco install peeping, is actually not working that good. So now I just wanted to bring up the update, and now something strange happened. Chocolatey decided not that long ago that they have an automated verification process running in the cloud. So that process gave me this result here. Now, basically, you see me talking as a Chocolatey maintainer. So when I look here, I get a gist with all kinds of information that happened on the Chocolatey verification system somewhere in the cloud, and now it comes with a screenshot of Windows Server 2012 R2, whatever, and it's just stopped here, and I just searched through it, and I never got an error message anywhere here. I can look for the process, but I don't know what the hell happened here. It's just not working. So I said this in my command. I said I reviewed the test logs again. I cannot see any errors in the log. What now? That's my command. And I don't know, at some point, someone from the maintainer team hopefully will get back to me and tell me what's going on. I don't know. I just see it failed. Okay, that's not that good. So what I have to do now in order to get the 209, because I know it's working. I'm the maintainer. I don't want you to trust me, but I trust myself. That's it stands for mental health, I think, to trust yourself. That's the first step. Okay, anyway, what I do now is I want to install Choco install peeping using the version 2.0.9. Was it equals? I don't know. I hope. So yes, I forgot the dash y. And now I have some dependencies coming up. Yes. Yes. And yes, or can I do all? Yes, I can. Okay, he's going on, and peeping is just a console app, but anyway, it requires, I go for number sure here, to be honest. Okay, now I have a lot of dependencies coming in, and now after I installed it, I can do peeping, and it's just working by hitting Google DE, let's say 80, and it's saying me if this port is open on Google DE. Google DE, you see? Somebody is responding there. That's cool. So let's do this one, and I think I have the resolve flag. Yeah, and now he's giving me the IP address and stuff like that. It's a pretty handy tool, you can check it out. So, okay, it's working. I got an older version. If I do a Choco update all minus yes now, he's telling me something cool. He said, well, you know what? Peeping is even newer than the current version, which would be supplied if you just do Choco update. You must be smarter than the average beer. Yes, I am. Thank you, sir. Okay, that's it. I got it installed. So how did I manage to get this thing even to Chocolatey? How did I do it? And what now? The next part is all about creating Chocolatey packages in a very specific way for a .NET developer. If you are not the developer, you might not be interested in this. So let's go to the software site, which I linked, which is Coding Freaks. This is my blog. And maybe to the software source, which is even more interesting, which is nothing more than github.com/codingfreaks/peeping. That's pretty the source code laying here in UI console app. This is peeping, which I just downloaded. And this peeping now has some interesting files, which is, first of all, the CS project file is interesting. The CS project file is just a .NET Core CS project file, which you can see. But interesting, here at the bottom, I say there are two files which are pretty important, which is verification.txt and license.txt, and the new spec. Okay, let's go here and take a look at, first of all, the license.txt. To be honest, the license.txt, I simply copied it from Newtonsoft.json because I think I can have the same license at James Newton King, so I did it. That's my license.txt. It's just a standard text which is required by Chocolatey in the review process to be there. Now we have the verification.txt, which is a little bit more because it says it has a special format, you can copy it out, and the verification.txt says, you know what, each file which you are responsible for, because this is what you're delivering, not the dependencies you got, but what you deliver. please give us the hash and tell us how you created this hash for the current version. Okay, there are two files, the peeping x and peeping DLL, and those are the files. So now I'll say, okay, I need the following dependencies, which is the .NET Framework Core 3.1, and the Nougat packages which I take is codingfreaks, Microsoft extensions, and command line utils. And that's what I tell them here, and that's what the format is, including the licenses, which I get from here, and so on. You get the point. That's only the file. The main point is, with every new release, I have to update those hashes. So, what did I do? Because I find it pretty inconvenient to do it by hand. So I scripted it. And you can take the script in the UI console folder if you want and customize it a little bit to use it. So it's this PowerShell script, and it's basically laying there and doing all the work for me. So it's doing the .NET publish, and it's generating, using PowerShell, the hashes of the two files, and then it's doing regex replacement of the two hashes in the verification.txt file here. And then it's doing some copy stuff so that everything is in the correct folder, and then an interesting command kicks in, chocopack. So chocopack obviously comes with Chocolatey. So it's just something I can do, chocopack. Okay. -H for help, and now this is chocopack. And chocopack generates a choco package using a new spec file, which is Nougat specification, in a directory. So, and then I do, after some other thing, choco push, which is pretty nothing more than saying, hey, put this to up to Chocolatey and start the review process. It's not live at this moment. The review started, they check it for viruses or whatever. And then this happens, what you've seen on the Chocolatey page, which is we've got an error. And then I do my git commit, and that's it. Okay, cool. So what I pointed out here is one way to contribute to Chocolatey, your own stuff, if you're a programmer. If you're not a programmer but still want to contribute, there might be a good point because you go here and you don't find anything. I don't know what kind of software. Let's say I want to install Counter-Strike for some way. Let's do something. There's no Counter-Strike here. Just a simple example, which is not easy to do. But maybe you have an idea how to automate the Counter-Strike installation. So go ahead and script it the way it is there. It's documented in the overview, I think. And you could do it and be the maintainer of Counter-Strike for whatever reason. I don't say you have to do it. I just say it's possible. Okay, cool. With that said, basically now we are ready. We made ourselves ready to go to the next sessions, which will, I think the next will be Windows Terminal, because I got sick of this command prompt. It's bad for some reasons, and the PowerShell prompt even too. I show it the next time. Interestingly, there's another tool coming up, which is, I don't know, I don't get, yeah, it's not there. It's Winget, and I don't even know, I don't remember if Winget is available on Choco. Let's check it out. No, it isn't. So what is Winget then? Let's Google it. Winget is a tool from Microsoft, which is a package manager. And the Windows Package Manager and the Winget tool are in public preview. So it's not done yet. But you can go there and test it out. So basically it is the same as Nougat. It does the same job, but it works differently. And currently they don't have that much packages there, on my last check at least. So this is working completely on a different base. It's not, I think it's not using Nougat at all, and I don't even know if it's planned. But they have a lot of commands. But what is missing here, if you take a deeper look, is I haven't seen any update possibilities. So you can use Winget in order to get packages, but there's currently no update all packages like on Chocolatey. Um, I think this will be the future. I think if Microsoft invests more here, then a deeply integrated tool, which may come someday as a standard tool built into Windows, will be the way to go. So if this happens, I will switch, but it didn't happen right now. So currently I'm using Chocolatey, of course, and yeah, that's what I do. Um, okay, and now uh, I think I'm at the end of this session. So to wrap things up, we talked about Chocolatey today. I hope this was interesting and opened your eyes. One or two more possibilities, not open your eyes in a big way. I know. One way or one more thing I want to mention is, of course, you can combine Chocolatey with your existing tools. Like, let's say, sorry, it's late. Ooh. Let's say you have Intune, or maybe you use group policies on Windows in order to deploy applications. You easily can combine Intune with, for instance, with Chocolatey because it's just PowerShell. You saw it, and of course you can script all this stuff. You don't always have to deploy MSIs using Intune or group policies. And yes, group policies and sophisticated stuff can do more and give you more control than Chocolatey. Chocolatey is basically for guys like us developing stuff, and you have to count it this way. Don't overthink it at this point. And I don't say they replace group policies. Okay, that's important. Plus, there are even more sophisticated steps than I showed you in my script file in order to deploy or do something like a desired state configuration. Just use the documentation of Chocolatey. There's more to see here. Pretty important. Okay, that's it. I said everything I wanted to say, and I think I'm done. And I will stop my screencast now, and I hope this was helpful to you guys. Okay, see you.